Hello, lovelies. My name is Lady Calamere, and I welcome you to my channel. And today I am doing my 414th presentation, and it will be on Vinayaki. Now, before I go on, if you receive any message from me wanting me wanting to do a spell for you or reading, especially for money, report and block. It's not me. It's a scam account. Don't give your money out like that or information. So, Vinayaki, have you ever heard of her? Possibly not. She's pretty much a very elusive goddess and very overlooked. She's mentioned briefly in scriptures. She's There's only a few temples that have her, and there's not a lot of images or paintings of her. But here we have, which I had to pull from the internet, Vinayaki, and she is, depending on the Puranas, either a matrika, which would be she's. I'll get into the matrikas, or one of the 64 yoginis, or the feminine Shakti of Ganesha. So, with the matrikas, the most well known is usually the Sapta, and that is the Sapta matrikas, the seven matrikas, were put together in a list in southern India, which do not include her. Now, in Nepal, they put a list of the Ashta matrikas, which are the eight matrikas, which still do not include her. So now we have to go to East India, where they put together, and it's not the most popular. The most popular is usually the seven. The list of the nine matrikas, the Nava matrikas, or Nav matrikas, which does list her. And the matrikas are the divine mothers, and they are very serious and powerful, and they're meant to destroy toxic, negative, evil forces. And the list is, I'm going to list nine of them: Brahmani, Maha, Mahakali, Narayani, Indrani, Varahi, Karmari, Chamunda, Narasimhi, then Mahalakshmi, then Vinayaki. So Vinayaki, where did she get her? There's different names for her. There's no set list of her. In fact, in Jainism and Buddhism, she's an independent goddess. In some sects of Buddhism that work with deities, she's her own goddess. She's not tied to anyone. Now, Vinayaki, her name, you look at the name Vinayaka. What's Vinayaka? Vinayaka is the name, one of the names of Ganesha or Ganapati. And Vinayaka means, now the male, it would be a male form, because that means he who has no overlord or no supreme leader or no higher up. Which this is why the Ganapatis say that Ganesha is the supreme lord. And that's the Ganapati religion within Hinduism, which is really Sanatana Dharma. Vinayaki would be the feminine part of that, of she who has no supreme leader or overhead. So she, depending on where she's at, she's usually seen, she's definitely seen with an elephant's head, a female body, but in some places seen with the feet of a tiger. So she's usually seen with 2 to 4 arms. Here we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 arms. She's saying that seen with big, uh, giant breasts with voluptuous, beautiful hips. So, depending on the Puranas, is where she comes from. Is she? Some Puranas will describe her as one of the cursed goddesses. The Devi Purana say she's the feminine aspect, the form of Ganesha. So another Purana would say, whether Matrika or, like I said. So Vinayaki, her names are different. Sri Ganesha means the feminine Ganesha or female Ganesha. She's also called Gajan Anna. She's called Ganeshani. I heard of Viganeshwari, Ganeshvari. So in like she's also called Ganapat. Trying to think, Ganapati Hridaya. Sorry, Ganapati Hridaya. So Ganesha is also known as Ganapati, and a lot of people think Ganesha's so cute, chubby and cuddly, and you can just hug him and squeeze him and give him a little poop on that trunk. He was originally Ganapati, the lord of warriors, and Ganas were like things of chaos. So he led that army, like I guess trolls and stuff, but he led that army. He was he was pretty ferocious, and later times he calmed down. But there are aspects of Ganesha that shouldn't even be said not to be should be worshipped at all, if possible, in your home. And there's also a very tantric and forceful and ferocious form. So Vinayaki can be pretty ferocious, but also just like Ganesha, approachable. And so we see that I've seen a painting, and it was done by traditional Indian art with her on some type of white bird. I think it was a goose. But her other mount is the same thing as Ganesha, a mouse. And she pretty much likes the same thing that Ganesha likes, like Ladu and Modak. Modak is a Indian sweet, and same thing with Ladus, and it is a popular sweet dish in India. It's Modak can be like fried or steamed, but she pretty much, has the belly, and she is able to remove obstacles, and she can cause obstacles. She could be very, she's more for, she's seen as with skin said to be a vermilion, which is red skin. So Vinayaki, Ganesh, the female Ganesha, does have an appetite just like Ganesha. She, even in India, some people have forgotten her, and there are people that are striving on the internet to bring attention to her. All right. So she is a goddess to call when you need your road opened, when you need to achieve something. All right. She's also one to call upon when you are facing toxicities. So her complexion, go back to her complexion. This shows I don't have a script. Red, like vermilion or blood red. Usually with four hands. I'm sorry. Usually with four hands. I don't know. I've guess she could be. I probably messed up when I said two, but it's usually two to four. It's usually more four than two. But she has three eyes, right? And there's a crescent moon of Chandra. So Chandra is the moon god, and the crescent on her forehead. She is said to attack sickness and disease as well. And please, if you're sick, get medical help. She also attacks the sickness and disease of the mind. When your mind is attacking you, uh, no, you're stupid. No, everyone was right. Oh, do you remember this time when you should have done A, B, and C, but you did X, Y, and Z? Again, if you need to see a therapist, but Vinayaki can fight these because these are obstacles to hold you down. So it's said to about Sri Ganesha, the goddess, that she gives boons and blessings to those who come upon her. So she'll hold her hand like this to give a boon, and this way to preserve and to fear not and to bless. So when her hand is held out horizontally, it's a boon. Vertically, it's like fear not and blessing. So she is seen as a body of a young woman. Sometimes there's even with 10 arms, sometimes two trunks, and usually with one tusk, one long tusk and one short tusk to emulate that of Ganesha's tusks. She's sometimes seen surrounded by the juice of a sugarcane juice, and she resides in the Swanada Loka. And Loka means world. Swanada is also called Lord Ganesha's world. Okay, so Swanada Loka, also called Ganesha Loka, is a realm, a celestial realm of Ganesha, and described as in the Ganesha Purana, and as well as the Vinayaka Purana. So there's different Puranas out there, and it's considered the home of sweetness and bliss, and just being extremely happy. She's also called Shakti Ganapati. You can go back to the names. She's one of the Vindhyas. And So she's one of the Vendias, and I'm just trying to remember what it means. Uh, so, anyways, she so there is little stories are told about her. There's a lot of stories that are out there. They're either not in view or gone, and she is. I think there was something written about her in David Kinsley book. I would have to see if I can find the book while I'm talking. Things that you may want to give to Vinayaki. Ladus, modaks, fruit, sweets like candies, cakes, and chocolate, fresh water, milk, yogurt, flowers. Can't go wrong with them. And you can't go wrong with chocolates. Uh, your run of the mill chocolates to your specialty chocolates. She likes sweet juices, coconuts. And I'm trying to find. I have a vast library of over 1,000 books, so I have to. Sometimes I actually have to go on a ladder to climb and get my books. So, and I was just thinking about Vinayaki and see if he has them here. So we're going to continue with uh, her offerings. Cereal. It could be granola bars, or those power protein bars, nuts and peanuts. Still trying to find her things. Coconut milk, uh, desserts, different types of desserts. She loves sweets and she loves to eat. I still can't try to find her who her is. I'll show you the book out of fairness if I read from it. Hindu Goddesses, Vision of the Divine Feminine in Hindu Religion, Religious Tradition by David Kinsley. As you can tell, this is a very well worn book and very old. And a, there's not a lot about her unless you can understand Hindi or the different languages from India. And I don't want people to get mad at me. So I can't find her. I thought I saw her here at one time. Maybe I'm imagining things. No, can't find it. I thought she was here. Might have been something else. But she has piqued my interest many years ago. So different flowers like lotus, I would give her sweet smelling incense and perfumes and oils. And just like Anisha, she can suck the negativity right out of you. Right out of your aura. And she, like Anisha, can be approachable, but she's more, I would say she's more formidable, to be honest. And probably more in her raw aspects, because Ganesha was originally, like I said, a warrior, uh, ferocious, very hot. So Vinayaki is also has that beauty about her. As you can see, she's clothed and she's dressed very beautifully. But then so is Durga. She's dressed very beautifully too. And she's the perfect assassin. Absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And like fatal attraction. That's what she would be, the femme fatale. So Vinny, like Durga, could be the femme fatale against the negative forces, as well as Vinayaki can be the femme fatale. And she's wearing a very pretty high crown. This to denote, and here's the crescent moon on her crown to denote her position, and we see her with jewelry, and we see her holding different things. She's not poor at all. So she can help, just like Ganesha can help with good luck and money. And some people don't want to go to Ganesha because they they do, but they don't, because there's some people that just work with the feminine forces. I can understand that. And if you're in a Dianic religion of Wicca, you may say, hey, now you got your feminine Ganesha, the female Ganesha, that you can feel, you can call in her in your rituals and stuff. I mean, study about her and see if she would be a fit. She will open the ways, open the doors, open the windows, break down the barriers. And just like Ganesha, she is a tank, okay? Elephants were used as tanks. Okay, that's what, when they were used in war. I mean, war horses were great, but when you're with, in ancient times, that was your tank. That was your ability to stomp on your enemies, to stomp on their homes, to stomp through their, to knock down the barriers, to knock down the walls, and let the warriors in. Okay, so this was the tank. She is the feminine version of this. Okay, so if you look at the Shil Paratna, the tree, this is a treatise of, again, describing her as a female Ganesha, of the Shakti Ganapati, who resides in, again, in the Vindhyas. So she resides in the Vindhyas. I was confusing Vindhyas with Mahavijas. I'm sorry, and Mahavijayas, and they are not the same. So she resides in the Vindhyas. So I messed up. I own it. So it's late here. It's like 2 in the morning. And she is a warrior. I, as far as her having children, I have no idea. I don't think so. I would definitely place her We could definitely place her with the maiden goddess. So, as a maiden warrior, mother, crone, and sovereign queen of dealing with the five elements, I would definitely put her in maiden aspect, but also warrior. And thinking about her name, maybe even possibly a sovereign queen. And again, the in the Jain and Buddhism, they in some Buddhism see her as a her independent goddess, not tied to a male deity. So she likes also go back to your offerings, berries. I'm hearing big time berries, sweet drinks, like sweet drinks, not just fruit, but sweet, like sugary, whether it's natural or the white sugar. I mean, she'll take sugar canes. She does float in the sea of sugar cane juice. So sugar canes, honey, molasses, maple syrup, agave syrup. Even though that's not traditional, but we have access to this. So I mean, think of ice cream, honeycombs. Think of sweet ice like Italian ice or sherbets. Think cookies, bread with fruit in it. It's like the fruity bread. As far as meat, I don't think so. I don't know. I know that there is a story about an Asura demon, Andhaka wanted to marry Parvati with or without her permission. And she called Shiva, and Shiva came, but he could not defeat him. And he had to call upon his 64 yoginis. And one of the yoginis, or that Parvati called, depending on the story, Parvati called upon the yoginis because Shiva couldn't fight it. Either way, these ladies were called, okay? And to defeat Andhaka, they had to drink his blood. They had to literally slice and dice and then drink and catch every drop of blood. So, yeah, so that he could not replicate himself. So, that's another story of where she appears. That's a story where she appears. At least one of the stories, other than her just being part of the Nava Matrikas, which is again an East Indian thing and a more newer thing, and sometimes not even acknowledged. Would I offer blood? I don't know. Would I offer dragon's blood? Resin? I couldn't tell you. I definitely would offer her saffron. If you're able to afford it, give her a few threads of that. She is a goddess that is can protect you and go on the defense for you. She can smash the opposition and causing enemies' defenses to crumble, especially when they're in the wrong. You definitely don't want to use her to go after innocent people, all because you don't like someone. Because I don't know how she will react to that. Vinayaki is pretty much for women, for those who have been in oppressive situations, as she breaks oppression. Those who want to reclaim, especially for women, men can do this too, but for those who want to reclaim the power, can have the power of nature's tank, nature's armor. I'm sure you've seen videos when an elephant just can't take it anymore and becomes this, can pick up cars, little cars, like they were toys with their, and smash them with their trunk. They can literally just stomp right on them. So just think of that power and that fury of one of those elephants that just can't take it anymore. Where unfortunately sometimes these ravaging bulls or is because sometimes they just ravage for other reasons. Not going to get into it, but when they've been abused for so long, sometimes they just can't freaking take it. And why I have always petitioned to, and again off topic, to stop animal entertainment in circuses. With all the shenanigans and the abuse and torture these animals go through. Her image definitely is an elephant. Doing good for elephants can be also as an offering to her. Calling up your politicians, signing petitions, donating money for elephant causes and sanctuaries, and stop fucking riding elephants. You have no idea. Everyone thinks it's fun, and you kid, hey, let's ride the elephant. You have no idea what torture these elephants have been through for your stupid ride. So just think about that. What type of punishments and torture has these kind elephants have been put through? And they're very they have they have more complex emotions than what we think. An elephant will mourn their dead. Elephants are very sentient beings. They're these pachyderms are just so sentient, but they can squash you like a fly. They have no problem with that. So just think about that power for a minute. I would use for her color red, definitely red. I mean, you can also use red and gold. And as you see, she's wearing green here, but her main color is red. So Vinayaki there is a yogini temple, right, in Chalsat, I want to say, and she's one of the yoginis there. So there's only like just probably As far as temples, probably less than 10. I mean, she may have, sometimes we might find images of her. I'm not sure if there was one of her in the Divya Dam. Like, it wouldn't be have been definitely not a statue, but they had many posters. And I'm not sure if she was one of them. I don't remember. Usually her trunk is turned to the right. And again, that has meaning too. So there is an image of Vinayaki that also has been found that was kind of like broken. But the images that they found of her trunk was turned to the right, and she was She had a. There's actually one image where that has a vina, and which is interesting because that's also what Matangi has and Sarasvati has. She plays the vina. She holds a mace. She can hold a an axe. Uh, I'm not sure if that's a pomegranate. S- It's possibly, yeah, it looks like a pomegranate. So she can hold different things. But there was an image that held a lotus and a plate of modak sweets, Modak. Now these these images all had like some of them were found, not all of them, but some of them were found where they could have been broken. But she could be sitting in a lotus position or standing or riding a mouse, or like I saw that painting with her riding a goose, which was very interesting. Sometimes she wears the sacred she is also seen to wear the sacred thread across her shirt, her chest, and that's something that a Brahmin man would wear. But a sacred thread. So like, and she'll also hold her hand. This is the fear not abaya. And the other is Verada. I just had a brain fart before, and that's again offering a gesture of offering boons. She can also carry a sword and a noose. Sometimes her trunk can be seen to the left, but sometimes it's the right. And this one, and each time the trunk is turned, and I described that in the Ganesha. This looks like some type of trishul here. Hmm. And a goad, and a goat like an elephant goad to control things, a noose, and that looks like a pomegranate. She could hold the arrows and bows, and here's a chakra. And like I said, there she is. Fear not, Apaya and Varada, mudra of boon granting. She can unchain you, unbind. She can, if binds were put, she can break them. Okay, so she can be used in uncrossing, removing of curses. Remember, once you uncross someone or something, you must replace it with something. Okay, if you pull something out, you should put something in. So she's also seen in the Vamachara, the left-handed sect of tantric worshippers of goddess worshipping. So Vamachara is the left-hand path, but um, which is used for spiritual growth. Now there is a Pala, Pala Vinayaki, and this goddess is not pot-bellied. So, and this aspect of her is not pot-bellied. So there are aspects of her being not pot-bellied, where she's slim but hips and large breast, which shows that she can nurture and preserve and feed. We see her very beautiful, and we see her with many weapons, but she's also approachable. A body of a young woman, but not a child, not a mature woman, but a younger. That's why I said maiden, but not like child. We're talking about maybe something in late teens to 20s, that type of body. And that's the also what I also get about her is that she has she's youthful but not a child, but she has a lot of energy and even aggressive energy. So one should be prepared for that. So, anyways, I want to know in the comments, have you ever heard of this goddess? Would you work with her? Does she seem interesting for you? Have you ever been put off by Ganesha? Maybe because you're not into the male gods, but you're into the Hindu deities? There is also a mantra Om Shrim Vinayaki Namaha. Om Shrim Vinayaki Namaha. I use Shrim's, I've seen Shri, but it's Om Shrim Vinayaki Namaha. So Shri is Shri, which means holy, but also deals with money and Lakshmi. So it's actually one of the Sanskrit letters. But anyways, I want to know what your opinion of her is. Hit me up in the comments. Please like and subscribe to my channel because that helps my channel grow. I noticed that there's a lot of people viewing my YouTube channel and they're not subscribers. It doesn't cost any money to open a YouTube channel, which gives you the ability to subscribe to your favorite channels and to like or dislike in the comment. Because if you're watching without a an account, you can't comment. And you don't need to be a content creator. You can just open an account and it's free. You don't have to get the YouTube premium. So, anyways, please share this video with others. Think about, not supporting any circus that has animals in it. There's a lot of these animals, they suffer. And think about also not doing these rides on elephants, and to remember that some of these animal rides, these animals were beaten into doing these things. It's not cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. As always, blessed be.